in a mess, so we got to get all this cleaned up so when the guys get here we can get started. Wow, that worked real good. Damn, I didn't think so. Okay guys, the idea for the bed is to go all the way from the double doors on one side to the back doors, or just short of the back doors in the back, and leave me some storage area in the back. Trying to get the camera, sorry for the shadows. Anyway, what we're planning on doing is making it to where it's kind of like a couch that slides out and folds down. They're real common. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube, people making them. The general idea is this first piece of tape is 19 inches from this wall. That's about how much distance it's going to cover as a couch. Okay, so your basic frame will be 19 inches. Then when it slides out, it'll go to that second piece of tape. And that's about the size of a twin bed. That's right about 37 inches. We're going to see how close we can get to that. The yellow mark is 15 inches. So even open, I'll have 15 inches of clearance between the side of my bed and the front of the cabinetry. The cabinets are going to go to that other stud, I guess you'd call it. And that's going to be about 18 inches deep. So 15 inches clearance when it's open, and from that piece of tape to that piece of tape when it's closed up as a couch. So it should give us plenty enough room. This is a little sketch I made. It shows that the top slats are 19.5 inches long, and the height of our build is going to be 16 inches. This is the end cap. That a little later. This is the rear support that goes up against the wall. As you can see, we got it notched out for the fender well, and we had intended on putting vertical bracings on there to support the weight. But it just so happens this 2x4 fit in perfect to support the back frame and give us a good plate to put up against the wall. Here's a quick shot of the corner so you can see how we put it together. It mounts up and how it goes over the fender well. We decided to leave a few of the seat belts in case later on we wanted to use them to, to make it look like we had a zombie strapped down on the bed or something for Halloween or shows or something. Anyway, this next photo is the mid support that'll be the front for the couch. And you can see the vertical use of 2x2s in there for support. We put them on 9-inch centers. Also, this is what it looks like when it's going to be extended out as a bed. You'll see all three pieces. The front piece, the farthest to the left, is all 2x2 because we're going to coat it with a 1/2-inch plywood. Then you can see what it looks like when it's going to be folded back together or pushed back together. So that's the basic gist of the framing.
Good morning, zombie killers. Here we are. We're at Rick's. We're going to work on the campulance. Zombie apocalypse ambulance camper slash something. I don't know what it is. There's a leg over there. So Rick wants to build a bed today.
All right, Lee, what we need to do first, our frame is just high enough to clear that fender well. That bolt that's in there that's holding that seatbelt on, we need to get out because this was teeter-tottering on it.
It looks like this one?
Oh, okay, yeah, ahead of me. All right, so we got that out, so now this will sit nice and square and flush up against the wall. Next step is to find the studs in this metal wall and go through this 2x4 to secure it to the wall. Okay? Then this 12-inch 2x4 has to be put in here like that. And it has to be flush with this outside edge and flush at the top. While you're doing that, I'm going to cut the rest of the planks to go on there. We should be just about in time. James, I want you to sit over and look pretty and take video.
It's not hard to do.
What am I supposed to do again?
Well, after we explained it to him again, he finally got it figured out. And then we decided we better wipe that old wall down. It had some dirt and stuff on it so that the glue would stick to the carpet. So while Leg's doing that and getting everything mounted up, we're going to start building on the front of the bed. Here James is cutting out the handles for the front of our bed so we can pull it out a little easier. As you can see, we're doing that out of that 1/2 inch plywood that I had laying around. And now we're going to mount it up, measure it up. Then we realized we made the first mistake of the day. This board should have been high enough that the slats fell flush like you can see there. But I forgot to tell him that, and he cut it flush with the framing. So what we decided to do was just raise it up just a little bit. Nobody's really going to see it. It's going to be carpeted underneath, so nobody's going to see the difference on the edge with this piece. There ain't no telling how many speaker boxes old James has done over the years. And he's gotten pretty good at it. Makes nice, neat corners, and everything stays on real well. Looks real nice. Only man I know that actually pays attention to which way the nap of the carpet goes. So anyway, we start that process, getting the carpet on there and spraying the glue and all that kind of stuff. Then we realized we make our second mistake of the day. We forgot to screw the two pieces of wood together before we glued the carpet on. So we wound up having to tear the carpet back off, and luckily the glue hadn't really set yet, so it wasn't too bad. We screwed it all together, put the carpet back on. Turned out real nice. James put a little edge on it, made sure that everything was covered and concealed. Turned out real good. Real proud of the old boy. All right, we're getting ready here.
You got a bucket I can sit on it?
Sit on that. Okay. All right, James is going to spray the wall down with some glue and stuff so we can get this carpet up there. We've already cut our piece and put some glue on it. So we got that going. James in there snorting all them fumes and stuff, having a wonderful day.
Did y'all see the little fairy that you showed on? You got a little pink tutu on. But yeah, you should always use respirator when you do this crap.
Now he tells us.
Somebody else
Here's a leg.
a little bit smaller.
All right, we're working the carpet in. Let me turn it this way. All right, we're working the carpet in. We got it up on the wall. That was an adventure. But now James is going to tuck it in behind the bed. That'll help hold it and make a nice seam. All right, now on this end, James is going to cut it off a little bit, trim it up. But the plan is to pull that piece of wallboard we had out a little bit and tuck it under there so it'll leave a real nice seam for us. All right, let's see this. Go ahead, James. Front flip or what?
A triple Linden.
A triple Lindy?
Yes, triple Linden. What?
Ta-da! Carpet back on. Now that we've got the carpet on the wall, we can go in and finish the framing for the bed. We'll go ahead and put our end piece in. That gives us our 19.5 inches. There, we're not putting one on the other end because we're going to put a piece of plywood down there as a footboard. We're putting the slats, ready to put the slats on. We did the two end ones first. That way we can make sure we got everything good and square so that we wouldn't have any binding when we tried to slide the bed out. But also remember the plats that we're putting on, we just bought them today. They're treated and they're still wet. So as they dry, they'll contract a little bit. That'll give us even more room to slide nice and smooth. Well, here comes the mattress. It's time to get it sized up and trimmed. So we put it up there, and as you can see, we're going to have to trim a little bit off. Still got storage underneath, so it turned out all right. So as soon as we can get leg off a break, we'll get back to work and get things finished around here.
Usually we don't let leg handle sharp stuff. We're going to let him do this. See how good he is.
Whose idea was an electric car tonight?
Are y'all cutting it or tearing it?
Tearing it.
Oh shit, damn bee like got me. You cutting the truck and all?
Well, there's the foam cut, and you'll see basically what it's going to look like. So have a couch, to sit on. And he wanted a lot of padding for that butt. And he's going to get those upholstered and covered individually. And then when the bed opens, it'll look like this. And that'll be his bed.
Mighty fine, gentlemen.
What's that?
Mighty fine, mighty fine, mighty fine. I think we did all right for guessing at it. Well, there's James putting the final finishing touches on our bed. Closing in that little end cap. We're going to put a couple little buttons on the outside. Later on make a fabric cover to go over, just to cover up that hole and keep anything from sliding out. But all in all, it's been a long day. About 5 hours so far. And we did a lot of work, but turned out pretty good. Nice carpeted front. The side where James is at is carpeted. The back here we're leaving as it is for right now. We're going to put a headboard and do some trim work there to separate the cabin area from the cargo area in the back. So that's how we're going to attach that. There'll be a headboard wall there that goes all the way across the van. So we're leaving that open for right now. But we also, as we were finishing up, I realized we had left out a little part. Right here you can see a little piece that we had forgot to tell you about. The bed actually extends further than the opening of the door. If you know anything about those little cargo vans, they have a little tab that sticks out there. So we had to cover that, which James did a real great job. We got to cut a little piece, put some carpet on it, stuck it on there, and turned out real good, as you can see. Now, if you look real close, the other mistake we made was the bed frame. When we made the frame, we made it flush with that little extension of the floor. Well, the problem is then we put that outside piece on, that covered piece with carpet, and it made it stick over the edge of the floor. Most likely nobody will ever notice, and if you're that damn picky, you got the wrong people building it anyway. Good, so we ain't worried about it. Here's another good shot of that side piece. As you can see, we left an opening for cargo. If you notice, James put in 4 screws that have little buttons on them. We're going to make a fabric cover that buttons there, kind of hides that, and keeps things from sliding around in case we have to slam on brakes or something. But anyway, I think it turned out real good. I'm happy with it. Now we've got to get the mattresses covered. We're going to try to cover them in gray or black so that they kind of stay with our tactical theme. As promised, here's a material list that we wound up finishing out with. 5 2x2s 8 foot long, and we use them, for that vertical bracing. There wasn't any point in spending the extra couple of dollars a piece to buy 2x4s for that bracing, because it was going to be a downward compression, and the 2x2. Our bed wound up being 39 inches. I'm sorry, 34 inches wide, which is 4 inches shorter. We cut 4 inches off, which was fine. It was a very full-size twin mattress, and so we cut 4 inches off, which won't matter, won't make a hill of beans anyway. Now, height-wise, we told you we built our frame in 16 inches. Well, that mattress was about 8 inches thick. Well, brought us up to 24 inches high. But by the time you sit on it and compresses it down, you're at about 20 inches, which is about right. Well, next time, we're going to be working on the top of the van, where we took the emergency lights out all the way around. We ordered some more grill lights like we put in the front, the little pods. So we're going to close the holes in, put bed liner on there to make it black and rough looking, make it look tough, and then we're going to put the lights on there. And I got a little trick up my sleeve for some of them lights. You have to tune in and see what we do with that. Come on back, spend some time with us, laugh, have a good time, maybe even learn something, who knows. But, like everybody says, subscribe, like, share, check off the boxes, do whatever it is you got to do here on YouTube to keep us going. And we look forward to seeing you next time.